Shadowlands. I mean, Shadowlands rep, can it ever be fixed? Yeah, probably not. But could it be retconned? Hey, maybe. Maybe. And could Sylvanas be our savior for that retcon? That's right. Sylvanas confirms Shadowlands is fake. The lore has been completely changed. Wow. Let's see what this is about. We know Sylvanas is returning. We already saw her model data mine for Midnight. But could she be returning to tell us, hey guys, by the way, Shadowlands not real? Let's see what Doran, the Teller of Truths, has to say.
In the new questline, we return to the Shadowlands and we meet Sylvanas, and she has a ton of new insight into what is actually going on. The Shadowlands are now officially confirmed to be fake, an artificially constructed realm, as Sylvanas says, too ordered and too convenient. She says she saw the true afterlife and it's not the Shadowlands, so not only does she confirm her return to the world of the living...
She said she saw the true afterlife and it's not the Shadowlands. There's this whole theory about the Shadowlands being super ordered, right? There was a very orderly thing about Shadowlands. The Arbiter, the sending of souls to certain places. And who do we know is very much tied to ordering things? Yeah, we know a group of people that do that. They're the Titans, okay? I'm not going to wait for the class to answer here. It's the Titans. So clearly it looks like the Titan influence has occurred in the Shadowlands. It looks like they somehow influenced the afterlife in some way, shape, or form. We also know that Aman'Thul, right, Aman'Thul has had a relationship with our friend from Maldraxxus. What the fuck was his name? Making all the rune weapons and shit. They have a relationship back and forth. So there's clearly Titan influence going on. I mean, even the structures. Look at this. I mean, this looks very, there's Titan-esque shit going on here. Very obvious. So, yeah, maybe the Shadowlands we saw wasn't the right afterlife or the true afterlife. That wouldn't be too surprising to me.
Only that she confirmed her return to the world of the living soon at the end of this questline, but she completely changes everything we previously knew, and with the new Cosmology, it all starts to make sense. It might even be possible that the Titans had their hands in crafting this realm, which further explains the entire Primus-Titan collaboration, The
Primus, that's who I couldn't remember his fucking name. Yes, the Primus and Aman'Thul have a fucking relationship. They got something going on where the Primus, right, has the ability to see, battles before they happen, right? He's got a little bit of time shit going on here, interestingly enough, where he can kind of see into the future with battles, which is why he's supposed to be like the great commander of the Maldraxxus army, right? They can fight battles because they know what's coming. And Aman'Thul has the ability to, control time a little bit, so there you go. And then in return, it looks like he gave Aman'Thul some domination magic, right? He's the creator of domination and all that stuff, so... There's a mutual relationship going on here.
Speculation, and it's all just one big project that will soon be revealed. Even more interestingly, the return of Denatrius seems more relevant than ever. So what is everything we currently know? Let's check out this new questline because it pretty much changes.
Lothraxian being a dreadlord that is dabbled in the light, and is he really helping with the light side of things, or is he just another infiltrated dreadlord, which is what I think, sitting there on the light actually doing dreadlordian things? Yeah, that could all be happening here in Midnight. So certainly, we can see the return of the Dreadlords again to relevance.
All the Shadowlands.
And Denatrius.
While having the best deals on the market for all games and software, Gamivo just added mobile top-ups for your favorite mobile games with the best prices that you can get with my Gamivo link in the description below. Best of all, if you use my code DORON, your discount will be even bigger. So make sure to use my link in the description and the code and check out Gamivo. So realistically, this actually makes sense. I mean, it's nothing really new, other than now being officially confirmed in Midnight. I've talked about this for years by this point, and that is, the Shadowlands are completely fake. It has been foreshadowed for a while now, and I'm still surprised people think dying and going into the Shadowlands means anything.
Could you imagine Chris Metzen coming back, right? And he's like, hey guys, I'm back. Let's pick up this lore. What happened with the sword? And they're like, oh, well, it's still there. Like, it's where you... What do you mean it's still there? Didn't we have the plan to do the whole pull-out thing and all that shit? We got no pull-out game here? The sword's still in the... yeah, they're like, yeah, the sword's... Okay, that's fine. The sword's still on the planet, I guess. Well, it's okay. We'll pick up... Let's just... where are the player characters right now? Let's get back to the sword. Where are they? Oh, they're in an afterlife, actually. What do you mean they're in a fucking afterlife? Where did you send them? They're in the Shadowlands. Yeah, they're in the Shadowlands. They're in the afterlife. How the fuck did you send the players to the Shadowlands? What are we talking about? Right? We were just dealing with Titans and a sword. Why are we in the Shadow? Well, there was a thing with a jailer, and he created the Lich King. And wait a fucking minute. Metzen's like, wait, you're telling me that you rewrote the Lich King lore with some fucking Shadowlands guy right now? Is that what we're doing? Okay, how am I going to fix this? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Where's my Horde leader right now? We got Sylvanas as war chief, right? What's she doing? Can we at least use her? Well, we kind of fucked up her character arc. Okay, where is she? She's in the Shadowlands still. Oh, God. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Sylvanas is going to come back from the Shadowlands. She's going to tell us that everything you guys did in that fucking expansion was a lie. And we're going to go back to dealing with the sword again and just completely retcon this shit. I don't know what the fuck has been going on here. You guys are tripping on fucking drugs, okay? We're going to figure this out. And we're going to need a trilogy to figure it out because it's so fucked. I need 3 expansions to fix this shit. All right, here we go.
It's literally
That's how I imagine it all playing out.
That probably shouldn't even exist. Now, in order to not repeat myself a million times here, I'd recommend you guys to check out my Cosmology video I've released a month back talking about the brand new Cosmology from 11.2. We just learned from the tutorials, but it essentially changed everything we previously knew. The entire thing about the Cosmology is that realms are ranked in terms of energy levels, and you can go up and down. The thing is, high energy realms can easily go down, but it's hard for low energy realms to go up. This means that low energy realms like the Death Realm and the Void really struggle to do anything, and they're at a huge disadvantage. It's even implied that the Titans are potentially low energy beings as well, which explains their craziness and all these systems they're setting up. Now, check this out. It was implied that an artificial mechanism was created so that the status quo is maintained, and we beings of life on the high energy scale are getting the short end of the stick. So for example, beings of life go into the Death Realm, they give the energy to the Death Realm they otherwise wouldn't receive, and it's like one cycle of going back and forth so that not one power of the universe gets too dominant. There is even a weird cycle with...
It's all balanced, right? Yes, super balanced, nothing becoming... very orderly. Like I said, this whole system seemed like it had been touched by the Titans, no doubt. When we were going through Shadowlands, that's what we kept thinking. Was like, this seems very Titan-esque. This entire system's kind of weird.
Life Illume in Ardenville, the Winter Queen.
You imagine like an afterlife in any other, a game or even in society, real life. Afterlife's supposed to be like this eternal paradise, right? You're no longer grinding away at the things that exist. You're just existing in an eternal paradise, and that's not the afterlife that we saw in the game. This afterlife is very much like we're being used for our souls are being used for energy. We're continuing to grind. We're continuing to do shit here. And it's all being funneled through this orderly arbiter system. What the hell? So, this entire thing seemed like an odd take on Afterlife, and it's probably odd because the Titans made it.
Where beings actually return back to the life realm, which kind of shows you how crazy this actually is. Something super interesting we recently learned is that there is apparently an in-between realm, and those Kyrian angel guys literally steal you and take you into the Shadowlands like you're not actually meant to go there. Now, to not repeat the same thing over and over again, let me give you the brand new info that confirms everything. So, Sylvanas, as you may know, is returning, and this is probably just the start of her upcoming role, but at the start of Midnight, the prologue to Midnight, we go into the Maw to talk with Sylvanas and we discuss her updated status. Now, keep one thing in mind, which is super interesting, and that is the Maw. As you may know, the Maw has been confirmed to be artificial as well. We were told that this is a landmass from an unknown realm that was destroyed. The jailer just pieced everything together with those giant chains.
Right.
So literally, everything about this realm is manufactured. So Erator, now into the Maw, comments that he expected the Maw to be like this alien thing, but the structures here look oddly familiar, which implies that this is manufactured. And then Sylvanas says that she has seen past the veil of actual death. There is a Shadowlands beyond the Shadowlands. Sylvanas talks about her penance, what she's doing, and Erator says that half of the souls here would rather attack you than be granted peace, and that is what she's doing. And Sylvanas says that he just doesn't understand this realm at all. He doesn't understand the Shadowlands. She's not granting them peace, she's pushing them forward. She says she's not planning to return to the world of the living at this moment, and she tells us, do you see the Maw in the Shadowlands?
It's funny then. That would mean that Sylvanas' entire thing, this world is a prison, And then she went to the Shadowlands and realized, oh, yeah, actually the Afterlife's a prison, too. And there's another one that we're supposed to go to. So that, now it's like a double prison entendre going on here. Shadowlands was merely a setback. Yeah. Maybe Sylvanas will have found out the secret of Shadowlands. That's exactly what I think is happening here. I think Sylvanas is going to become like the truth teller of the afterlife, right? She's already undead. She was the Banshee Queen for a long time. She led the undead and everything that they've done throughout World of Warcraft. So it would make sense that she becomes the ultimate bearer of knowledge when it comes to the afterlife. I think that would be a fitting role for her. And maybe she becomes a bard. There's that too.
It's a dilemma that plagued her since the Jailer's defeat. She knows death better than most, and everything is just too convenient. Everything is too ordered. She doesn't regret the choices she made, but she understands why so many hate her. She tells Arator to return to Azeroth, that one day our paths will cross again, which pretty much confirms her return at a later date. However, something really stands out here, and she says everything is too ordered. Recently, Blizzard sort of started putting the first ones that apparently built this fake realm a bit more in the background as more of a myth.
Yeah, this whole shit with the fucking I mean, my God, they went way too deep with this. That's just, there's balls deep, and then you're just, at some point, you're just trying to push your hips into a fucking crevice. I don't know what's going on here. This stuff they went way too far with this lore, and the first ones now just needs to be shelved somehow, some way. We never needed to know this stuff. It's like beyond the Titans, the first creating the Titans. Like, how do you even do this shit? How do you come back from this at that point? Like we explored every aspect of the lore. Now there's no mystery left in the world. I don't know. So it seems like they're just trying to retroactively say like, yeah, the first ones, they were a thing. That's fine. We'll just forget about that.
Pushing the Titans forward. Do you remember the old Shadowlands hint of how Primus may have collaborated with one of the Titans who granted him his superpowers to see?
Yeah, I was saying this earlier.
It's entirely possible that they are foreshadowing that the Shadowlands are a fake Titan collaboration project that is very, very convenient for them. When you think about it, it makes sense. I mean, it really is to order. Like, do you remember like how Sergeras built this thing for the demons, like this prison realm? He's kind of building the same prison realm, like the Titans are building the same prison realm for us mortals. Everyone is serving their purpose in the exact order. There is an arbiter that like mathematically counts everything you did, and it all seems like one huge matrix, like energy getting to where they should get. It does seem like the Titan Pantheons set up their own artificial realm of death for some sort of a purpose. For example, we know they use some Shadowland souls to fuel nature of various planets like the wild gods to get them back. We previously learned that when they order planets, they planted all these sorts of grows and nature elements, not because they are fans of nature, but it's because it serves a purpose for their projects. This also explains why we only saw certain souls in the Shadowlands. We didn't see the Void Souls or Light Souls, as these guys probably have their own afterlives and realities they go to. It's
twisting nether and shit.
Us mortals are anchored to this fake realm. Now, at this point, it isn't certain whether it was the Titans that set up the Shadowlands or the first ones, and if they plan to explore the first ones further. However, it really all starts to make sense, and I'm glad they're going in this direction, because we previously believed that this was the afterlife, and nothing made sense, because what even was the point of dying if you just go into the Shadowlands, and we had seen it all? So now, everything...
Going to the Shadowlands and get eternally farmed. What a fucking shit show that is. Yeah, this was a shitty afterlife, no doubt.
It's changing. Shadowlands was built. The Maw was built. The Arbiter was built. This is no longer a speculation, it was literally just confirmed in midnight. Sylvanas, as she said, saw the true realm of death, and it is different. It isn't ordered, it doesn't work in this way. These guys are actually keeping us here in prison to power up their machinery to serve them. I'm guessing as we continue to explore this further, the entire Jailer storyline will start to make more sense as well, because he may have been of the primordial realm, or he may have been manufactured in Zereth Mortis like the others, but he wanted to break this mechanism, and the internal ones didn't. This explains the entire betrayal.
Maybe the Jailer was right. Maybe he was trying to break the Shadowlands because he knew it was unnatural and wrong, right? That could be it. I mean, he did serve as the Arbiter, right? That's why he had the big dick hole in his chest, right? We already knew that. So maybe in his role in the Arbiter, he somehow gained consciousness and realized all this shit's fucked up, and we need to break the system. And then, of course...
Let us lay waste to this realm.
Homie, thank you for the follow, man. Welcome to our Scourge. And of course, what did we do as the players? Well, we showed up and killed the wrong person. Yeah, not the first time we'd done that before.
or he may have been manufactured in Zereth Mortis like the others, but he wanted to break this mechanism.
Namely Illidan, we did the same thing to him.
This explains the entire betrayal and what was actually going on. We know Zoal was the old Arbiter, he knew that everything was fake. He didn't want to break this machine of death for, you know, because he likes us, because obviously he was doing it for sinister reasons, but who even really knows what the afterlife really is?
I don't know if he was doing it for sinister reasons. I think it was kind of like an insanity thing where he had somewhat lost his sanity in this system that was unnatural, right? And when he realized it was unnatural, he wanted to break it. And the player characters were just kind of in the way. They were like fucking annoying to him. He didn't care about what happened to us. He wasn't out to directly kill us. He was just trying to break the system that he believed was completely fucked up and unnatural. Turns out he was right. Yeah, the jailer was right. Jailer could have been a well-written character. He was just fucking, I don't know. They just fucked up the delivery on him.
Or as they're now continuing to...
And the attachment to the Lich King shit was bullshit.
Expand the Shadowlands and not pretending like it didn't happen. We are literally going into the maw in this questline. I think it is also highly likely that we are going to see Denatrius soon as well, as everything about him.
Yeah, Denatrius is going to return.
Lothraxion, his agent, is starting to do some bad things. The Scourge is returning, which is technically an Atrism creation. The entire Beware the Eyes of Green and a Life agent is more relevant than ever with the Harnir. So I don't think they had forgotten about Denatrius. I think Denatrius was more aware of this fake realm than anything, and he also wanted to break free, but he was way more intelligent. As you may know, most of the things we attributed to the jailer, mastermind, million IQ thing was actually the doing of his ally Denatrius, and when the jailer was attacked, he betrayed him. We defeated Denatrius, but he defeated us in the end. So the Death Realm still has their most powerful representative, and I think he's going to be showing up soon as we learn what all of this is, what is really going on, and what are the actual Shadowlands. Thanks for watching. Check out how the Scourge is returning and attacking again in Midnight by clicking on the screen, and check out my video on Titan lore and Greek mythology that I've actually recorded live on site in the Italian mountains by clicking on the screen as well. See you next time.
Hey, Doran did some truth-telling here. This was a good one. Yeah, overall, yeah, I'm excited to kind of see this, right? See the Shadowlands shit kind of get retcon. Sylvanas' return, it's going to be a touchy thing. Like, I think people are going to be like, oh, PTSD as soon as they see Sylvanas. But if they can do her right and basically, I mean, if they're going to do it and have her say, yeah, actually, all the shit you hate about me and the expansion that I just came from, it's all fucking lie. And I just wanted to let you guys know, and I'm back in regular Sylvanas form. That'd be a great way to do it. We'll see how it all ends up panning out. A nice video here from Doran.